Ant McPartlin and Dec Donnelly have a history of poking fun at prime ministers, but they actually had a vendetta against Boris Johnson. The Geordie duo are known for their trademark "Good Evening Prime Minister" line on "I'm a Celebrity", which has gone on since the days of David Cameron. They always give a cheeky nod to the PM after making a joke at their expense, hoping that they are watching their show at home. But they really went to town on Mr Johnson during last year's series in Wales with a whole host of not-so-subtle digs amid the Partygate scandal. Ant and Dec's savage put-downs may have been the beginning of the end for Mr Johnson, who has resigned today after being hit with a tidal wave of resignations and the revelation he knew about claims against Grope-accused MP Chris Pincher. Some viewers confessed they were only tuning in to watch "I'm a Celeb" to hear the presenter's swipes at the PM, and their remarks even started a row on Prime Minister's questions. Get the news you want straight to your inbox. Sign up for a Mirror newsletter here. Their first joke about Boris came after his bumbling speech in November last year, where he lost his place for 20 seconds before then rambling about Peppa Pig. During one of their links, Dec started fiddling with the papers containing his lines for the show while saying "forgive me" multiple times. Ant said, "Well, that cake went down well, didn't it? And the way Richard described it, my taste buds are joining into a harmonious chorus of joy," before Dec interjected, "It was pure poetry. It was a symphony of sugary sensation. It was a culinary confection beyond your wildest dreams," Dec continued. "It was a waltz through a galaxy of formidable flavors." Dec then went to check his notes, exclaiming he had it written down somewhere, before fumbling with the papers as he said "forgive me" multiple times, then added, "We got it in Poundland in Ryle." The following week, the pair opened the live show from Gwyrch Castle with a savage swipe at the PM. During the opening gambit of the show, Ant said, "Big news. You've elected a new camp leader." Dec replied with a question of his own, "Exciting stuff, but what exactly though does the leader do?" Ant then went in on Mr Johnson with his answer, saying, "Well, they look increasingly disheveled, give cushy jobs to their mates and pretty much make it up as they go along." Dec then leaned towards the camera, with a smile, before saying, "Evening Prime Minister." From then on they were mercilessly mocking the PM in almost every episode of the show. When discussing an upcoming Bush Tucker trial, Dec explained that athlete Matty Lee would be doing the trial because he lost the Wishing Well challenge earlier. Ant then added, "And naughty boy because the British public insist on voting for a bumbling figure who puts on a spread for a select group of friends behind closed doors in a historic building." As the crew could be heard roaring with laughter, Dec added, "Evening Prime Minister" before pulling a party popper. They went even further on the Partygate scandal jokes in the following night's helping, referencing the leaked video of Number 10 staff laughing and joking over the alleged party. Dec said, "It is all change in camp now because yesterday the celebs chose a new leader by the gift of a secret vote." And added, "It means David's reign is over, but they weren't celebrating. They didn't have a party. They categorically deny any suggestions that they had a party, and this fictional party definitely didn't involve cheese and wine or a secret Santa." Dec then ended the savage link with the words, "Evening, Prime Minister. For now." Ant and Dec have been dragged into that week's Prime Minister's questions after their hilarious skit, with Labour leader Keir Starmer mentioning the Geordie presenters. He said, "We've all watched the video of the Prime Minister's staff, They knew there was a party, they knew it was against the rules, they knew they couldn't admit it, they thought it was funny. It's obvious what's happening. Ant and Dec are ahead of the Prime Minister on this. The Prime Minister has been caught red-handed. They were praised for continuing their gag in the next episode while talking about the campmates hiding a letter from home after a challenge. "Not a great idea that, is it?" said Dec, while Ant added, "If we've learned one thing in the last 24 hours, you can't cover something up." Dec then continued, "No, that will come back to bite them at some point. Might take a year, but it will happen." The situation was as clear as day. We all watched of them getting the question wrong. It was obvious what happened. Even Ant and Dec are ahead of the Prime Minister, sorry. Danny Miller. On this one. He added, "Don't worry, we'll launch an inquiry on something, not that that'll do anything." Do you have a story to share? Email webfeatures@trinitymirror.com.